God's view of friendship differ from the world's view of friendship?
I think mainly it's like when you look at how God's friendship's described in the Bible, or Jesus describes what it means to be his friend. He says, you're my friend if you obey my commands. But I think if we're speaking about friendship in the world, we'd normally tell someone to run from that sort of friendship.
Yeah.
If someone says you can only be my friend if you obey me.
But we don't expect any of that from our worldly friends.
No.
Or friends.
No. I mean, I suppose the friendship of marriage is an example. A wife should expect that of her husband, but he probably won't manage to do that.
Because we're all fallen.
Yeah. And I guess you can get friendships with individuals. So if you're not married, you can have a really deep friendship with someone where you trust them and you know that they do have your best interests at heart.
And they might give you advice, which you can choose to obey or not.
Yeah.
But it wouldn't be viewed in the terms of obedience.
No.
It would be viewed in terms of friendly advice.
Friendly advice.
Trusted advice.
Yeah. So yeah, I think that's a big difference between God's view of friendship with us and the world view. It's we can trust him as our friend to do the best for us at all times. So when he tells us to do something, we should do it. Well, I would like to think that of our friends in the world, they are fallen. They won't always make the best decisions for us.
There's also a lot of conditions on friendship in the world, whereas God's friendship is completely unconditional towards us.
Yeah.
He doesn't actually expect anything in return, other than what he...
Other than obedience. Yeah.
Well, I guess we're probably best trying to look for examples of friendship in the Bible now.
Well, I mean, my first thought when I was thinking about that was, the whole David and Jonathan friendship thing. Their friendship was really about strengthening one another in the Lord. And I've always thought that was a good kind of basis of a friendship, a Christian friendship, is that you're encouraging one another to be more faithful to God and grow in their faith. And that's through hard times and also through good times as well. And that's always how I've kind of thought of Christian friendships.
Yeah, I think one good example would be if we look in the book of Job.
The book of what?
Confidentiality, faithfulness, not giving up on people when they let you down, being there for people.
Is it Job or is it Job?
For me, encouragement's a huge thing, and I think you're right about David and Jonathan. And I was also thinking of the verse, as iron sharpens iron. And blessed are the wounds of a friend, but the kisses of an enemy are deceitful. Sometimes it's not all about being lovey-dovey and everything's wonderful and blah blah blah. It's just that perseverance, isn't it, to stand by someone and to encourage and to help them as through life.
And I guess the picture we see there is when Job is at his lowest point. He's surrounded by his friends, and his friends aren't there to tell him whether he's right or wrong. They're there to listen and to support him.
And I think the world's idea of friendship is perhaps what I can get out of it. What can I gain from this friendship?
The world would tell you that friendship has value so long as it works for you. So as soon as someone criticizes you, it becomes toxic.
Yeah.
That would be a phrase that's used a lot at the moment. It's toxic friendship. That I don't know how that works with the Bible. It's as soon as it becomes difficult, as soon as it becomes you're not getting anything from it, it becomes really taxing, it can be tiring. That it's labelled toxic really quickly. Whereas I would kind of think toxic should be is it dangerous?
You have to stand strong, don't you? And it's possibly telling how your faith is and how strong you are. So you should be pulling someone up rather than someone pulling you down.
If it's a friendship that's actually leading you away from God and actually discouraging you in your faith, and you can see that, then maybe that friendship, you have to keep going with it, but try and introduce other people into the friendship group as well, who are maybe a bit stronger in their faith, so that you can both, or a few of you can encourage one another together. If you feel that this friendship's not being helpful, you maybe need to have more group situations in the friendship where you can, be encouraging together.
Because we're called to kind of sharpen each other, as iron sharpens iron. That's what we're called to do. We also need to be willing to be sharpened, which is a lot easier.
Yeah, we're all inherently proud. So when someone says, "Oh, I don't know what you're doing,"
I don't know what you mean. I take that really well.
I think it's really important to say something to someone who you feel is kind of drifting away. That's a true friend. A true friend is actually confronting somebody in a kind, loving way with something that is an issue in their life.
I said to Ewan, if someone said to you, what makes a good friend, and that, he said, it's really self-sacrifice. And I thought, oh my goodness me, that's quite...
It's true though, isn't it?
I suppose the best friends are the ones that probably I've opened up to the most. I've become more vulnerable to.
Yeah, that's...
And actually opened up, and probably go back to the whole what the world sees. I've probably let them in on more than what I probably let the world see. And I think it's again comes back to that. There's a sense of concern for my soul that I believe that they have
your best interest at heart.
Yeah.
And I think a lot of people think, I don't have any friends, but you just have to be that friend to somebody else.
I think that's one of my big ones, is like steadiness.
Yeah.
Someone that, I think because I'm so bad at texting, I can't.
I'll never be good friends with someone if me replying quickly is like key to that friendship.
We're still together though.
The thing is that there's a natural connection, isn't there? I mean, you can, there's some people that I would chat to, but I don't feel there's a connection. So
someone who stands up for you in situations where other people might be like talking about you and thinking, oh my goodness, look at her, she's put on so much weight over lockdown. But your true friend would be like, no, she hasn't, she looks really good.
Yeah, I think that like steadiness and like that grace with each other, that you've got to be able to make allowances for each other.
Yeah.
Whilst not being like walked all over either. But I don't know, when we think about the fruits of the spirit, we think about forbearance.
Yeah.
And sometimes in life, it's not the people you expect that will become your friends either.
Absolutely. Yeah.
The people you might think, they don't become your friend. It's people that you least expect, that you just connect with because of your common love for God often, and because of you have the same desires in your life, and that kind of connects you. Well, I feel like you're really blessed in life if you've actually just got like a handful of a few friends. You're not going to have many friends, but it's such a blessing if you've got like even 2 or 3 friends that you know are really good friends.
Quality rather than quantity.
I think so. And I think as well, you've got to think, like, almost got to fight for your friendships and say, well, this is a friendship that's worth keeping, so I'm just going to keep going with this friendship because I know it's going to be a good friendship and a helpful friendship for me and for them as well.
Someone that makes me laugh, which isn't really much of I don't really know what the Bible says about having only people in your life that make you laugh, but for me it would be like the people I get on well with. I tend to gravitate towards people that...
Yeah, most people that I'm friends with probably do laugh just because I'm so funny.
At you, yeah.